So good morning everyone. So today we will be tackled about the Module 21 Students Diversity and Motivation. So introduction. Students who by themselves are already as diverse also differ in motivation. This diversity in motivation may be traced to differences in age, development stage, gender, socioeconomic and cultural background. How these factors influences students' motivation in the concern of this module. So, kita sa ato ang kaugalingon we have a different motivation. So, naay uban ilahang uyab, naay uban crush nila ilang instructor, naay uban nga kanang naay crush sa ilahang classroom. So, even though ang mga twins they have different characteristics, they have different perspective towards sa usa ka butang. So, this diversity in motivation may be traced to differences in age. For example, naatay classmate na kanang magwang pa nato. So, let's say that 30 plus ito ang classmate, then kita is 22 21 years old pata. So katong classmate nato nga kanang 30 plus, of course maulaw na siya makipaghalubilo nato, kanang maulaw na siya mo approach, maulaw siya mo tingog, and because of his or her age it can affect on his or her motivation inside the classroom. So in development stage, for example kanang teenage years, so sa ato ang edad is lain-lain ang kanang atong gusto o dili gusto. Usahay na student nga kanang mosulod ra sa classroom nga mag-make up lang, and then nay uban nga kanang mosulod nga kanang magara-gara lang. So mga to siya ang development stage. So sa gender, for example sa isa ka classroom is naay kanang LGBTQ part. So kato siya, of course naaman joy kanang mga bully, no. So kay naa may bully ang katong part sa kanang LGBTQ, maulaw siya mosulod kay iyang huna-una ay dili lang sa ako mosulod oy kay kanang naatoy bully unya bullyon ko unya mag-away na pud mi. So in this case it can affect his or her motivation. So in the socio-economic, so for example ang imong mama mo ingon nga kanang eskwela dong, kanang eskwela day kay maura ni ang inyong puhunan, inig kadako ninyo, then moingon ang imong papa nga kanang moingon pud ang imong papa nga kanang ayaw eskwela dong day kay wala kay makuhang kwarta na, wala kay makuhang bugas diha. So ang katong bata ang iyang hunahuna is kanang nag 50-50. So also his or her motivation kanang ang iyang motivation is nag 50-50 pod. So in cultural background, so for example natay classmate nga kanang from the Skaya tribes or indigenous tribes. So sa kadtong indigenous tribes is na sila mga beliefs or kanang tradisyon nga kanang magsuot, for example kanang magsuot sila og kanang tabunan ra ilang mga parts sa muscle. So kita nga conservative ato silang always questions inside the classroom nga kanang nganong mag-ingon animan mo, nganong magbahag man mo, nganong naamoy ing ani, nganong naamoy ing ana. So mao na ang always nato question sa ila kay sa ila, then mo question sila sa ilang kaugalingon hangtod nga kanang ma-affect ang ilahang kanang motivation nga naa sa ilahang kaugalingon and also inside the classroom. So these factors influences students' motivation and the concern of this module. So mao na siya ang introduction ani nga kuan topic. So these are the following research findings, then reflect on your own experiences. So first is young children often want to gain teachers' approval to be motivated, while the older ones are typically more interested in gaining the approval of peers. So it means that na ang mga younger children is more on they want to get the attention of the teacher. Mostly our younger children, even now, they want to hear any compliment to the teachers. This will give his or her motivation to study hard. While the older one, who are the high school students, they are more interested when they hear a compliments by their peers or classmates or her or his friends. Second is students often become less intrinsically motivated as they progress through the school years. So, why kaya? Because some students nagfo-focus sila sa subjects at mga activities which they know will help them in the future. For example, di ba, before we move on to the grade 12, we first think carefully about what strands we are going to take that is the related to a course that you are going to take in college. As students kasi, who are more motivated to study because we like what we choose and that is our interest, and we know that we can develop and learn there. We can develop and learn there. Most students kasi, they will value activities that will have usefulness for them. Third is, increasingly, students will value activities that will have usefulness for them in their personal and professional lives, and subjects that are not directly applicable will decrease in popularity. So, uh, it means that na ang usa ka estudyante mas i-value niya ang kanang activities nga kanang makatabang sa personal and personal lives, unlike sa kanang mga subject na dili jud siya directly applicable, murag mag-lose gud siya og kanang murag mag-lose ka og kanang interest ba. And fourth is, elementary students tend to attribute their successes to effort and hard work. So, I agree with this. Mas nakikita natin to ngayon even as the facing the challenge of the new normal, but they still put effort into learning. At kapag natapos pag-aralan at sagutan ng mga bata ang kanilang mga module, so their success come from their effort. So the fifth is, by adolescence, however, students attribute successes and failure more to an ability that is fairly stable, and uncontrollable effort becomes a sign of low ability. And the sixth is, there are different motivational patterns for students belonging to ethnic communities. So, for example, students from Asian American families may feel more pressured to perform well in school. So, bakit kaya? So, it is because students' cultural background can influence. Students of Asian background are more likely to attribute academic achievement to unstable factors like effort, and attribute appropriate or inappropriate behavior to temporary situational factors than students brought up in mainstream Western culture. So, So, next is, females are more likely than males to have a high need for affiliation. So, in other terms, females are more closely connected with something or do something. So, females are more engaged or interconnected, do something, or to accomplish academic activity. So, ang mga babae, participative sila kaysa mga lalaki. Mas mo-engage pa sila sa buluhaton o sa kanang academic activities kaysa sa mga lalaki. Kaya ang mga lalaki man good is kanang dili man kaayo sila ingon nga kanang participative good kay mura sila maulaw. Dili pareha sa mga kanang babae nga kanang murag pananglit na ay mga activities. So murag ganahan sila nga mo join dayon sila. Mauna siya ang kalahian sa females og males. So next is, females are also more concerned about doing well in school. They work harder on assignments, earn higher grades, and are more likely to graduate from high school. So another pud nga kanang kalahian sa females o male is that ang females are more concerned about doing well in school. Ganahan sila mobuhat, mas buhato nila og tarong ang mga academic activities or assignments or mga projects. Mas creative kaayo sila kaysa sa mga lalaki, kay ang mga babae is kanang nag-eager sila to earn high grades and to graduate, while ang mga lalaki kay nag-eager sila nga kanang mo graduate but they don't want to earn high grades. Mas mo settle pa sila kung unsang kanang madawat nila nga grades, kay more on competitive man gud kaayo ang females. Tanawa ra gud na ang inyong mga classroom setting, especially when I was in high school nga kanang more on females gyud ang kanang naa sa mga honor students, kay mas ganado kayo sila na maka-achieve og higher grades than males. So next is, students from low-income families are among those most likely to be rescued of failing and dropping out of school. So kani siyang students from low-income families, kay usa po ni siya sa kanang mga ras nga ang estudyante is muundang or mo drop out sa eskwelahan tungod kay mostly man good sa kanang mga naay low income families, daghan sila og kanang family members or mas broaden kaayo ang ilang family, unlike sa kanang higher income family good or kanang naa sa mid income families. Ang kani siyang students from low income family ibutang nato og naa siya kanang 8 siblings plus ilang mama ug papa, so 10 sila tanan. Then kung ang amahan ra ang magtrabaho, syempre dili kayo masustentuhan ang ilang mga basic needs. So ang ilang mama motabang og kanang trabaho. So kinsa may kanang mabili natong magbantay sa iyang mga gagmay nga mga igsuon. So syempre katong naay student or students nga naay low income family, especially kung kamagwangan sila. So mao na siya ang musilbing mobantay sa ilang kanang manghod, kay mo na siya, instead they will go to school, so they will just stay in their house unya magbantay sila sa ilang mga igsuon tungod kay ang ilang mga ginikanan kay nangitag panginabuhian para masustain ang ilahang mga basic needs. So mao na siya. So next is students with special educational needs show greatest diversity and motivation. So students have special educational needs. The teacher should relay through to life experiences para matandog ang imong emotional feelings ug aron ma-motivate. So here are some students who are gifted. So those students may have high intrinsic motivation to learn classroom subject matter, yet they may become easily bored if class activities challenge their abilities. Kaya nga may mga ganyang students na magmo-move forward talaga in a higher level kasi nawawalan sila ng gana if makikisabayan sila sa kanilang ka-level. Next is students with specific or general difficulties. So those students, they may sign was helplessness, mas kailangan talaga nila ng tulong with regard to classroom tasks. So, as a future teacher or future educator, we have to think of us different way on how we can motivate such students, especially if their past effort have been repeatedly met with failure. Then, next is students who have difficulty getting along with classmates. So, it is because their emotional behavior disorders, they don't know how to approach others, nahihirapan silang makipag-usap, at mahirapan silang makipagkaibigan at ma-approach yung iba that make an appropriate attribute.